You're definitely cutting out many middlemen, NFTing your own, music or your artwork or whatever it is, because you're dealing straight with the investor, basically, or investors.
Yeah, it's social tokens for sure. Is like kind of what that article I sent you guys this morning kind of circled around. And Tory Lanez, he NFT'd an album, and he minted 1 million of them or something like that, and he said that he made more money doing it as an NFT than he ever did releasing through his management company or his record label ever, just because the proceeds basically went straight to him. And there's other things you can do, meet and greets. I know there are, some professional athletes that do, like once a week or once a month, like, hey, I come hang out with you in Twitch, and like you can ask me questions, or viewing
Yes.
parties.
Yes. So it has utility, like if they get
Absolutely.
NFTs. Yeah. So if they have NFTs towards your work, yeah, it has utilities like that. And that's super cool. Like it's almost like a membership or key to you.
Absolutely. And I'm not, don't quote me on this, but there are, and I've seen talks about it where like you can still go the traditional route after you release your NFT, and all of the royalties you could get from, say, a single, and you bought that single as an NFT, you could get distributions based on the profitability of that single, and radio time and downloads and streams, where now you're sharing the revenue of that artist's collection.
But there
Exactly.
could be some rarity too. Like
Absolutely.
let's say I got a first edition of, pick the Beatles, somebody that's a huge artist, and I got the first edition of it. I mean, that would be worth something now if I actually owned the vinyl of it. I wonder if it would translate to owning the first edition of an NFT, of a digital release.
Anything is possible. I mean, an NFT is just interacting with a smart contract. And whatever you define, as long as it's okay with FINRA and the SEC, and you have everything credible, I really think that the applications are endless.
So how did Tory Lanez do it exactly and NFT his album?
He recorded it. Oh, go ahead.
No, I actually, you probably know more than me. I only know how he got it off. I think he made 1 million copies for like $1 each.
Wow.
Correct. Yep, that is what he did. And I think there was a couple
I think he sold out in like the first hour.
Yep. And I mean, I think as simple as that is he recorded it and he put it out into the blockchain, promoted that he was doing an NFT. Everyone's kind of buzzing around NFTs, so there was a lot of marketing just built straight in. And like he said, it minted like right away, and he made 1 million right off the rip.
Let's break it down. So he went ahead and NFT'd his album. So he recorded it and then he put it out on the blockchain to sell as an NFT, 1 million of them for $1 each. Okay, so now let's say we all got it, like us four. So we all paid $1 each to get his album, his NFT album. So now what?
Now you have the digital rights to owning it. So no different than downloading it, which on like Spotify or Apple Music, which you don't really have it on your hard system. You still have to use it through them. You can just listen to it offline. People who bought the NFT actually could download the actual album and put it onto their hard drive. Go ahead, DeFi.
Well, I was just going to say, do I just own the song much like I would own it from iTunes when I own it as an NFT, or do I get any additional rights?
Right.
In other
That's
words,
what I want to know.
Yeah, like can I use it as on my stream? Can I go to YouTube and have a stream and use it and not get an RIAA? Got that acronym right?
Right. That's a good question. And are we does it come with some kind of royalties like we were talking about earlier, since we have like some kind of rights?
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
Here's the way I would like it, and I think this can be done. I don't know that it's done like this, but let's say I run a major YouTube channel. Let's say I'm Mr. Beast, okay? I just get massive amounts of following, and I use an NFT song in my YouTube video, and it would be really great if the original artist somehow even got the slightest of compensation for it being used in that way. That way, always the money when it's being used I mean, right now, if I go to TikTok or something like that and, you know, do some dances on TikTok and point to some invisible boxes, I'm sure the artist gets something for that song being played on there. I'm sure there's some sort of deals being worked on there, but probably not very much. It would be really neat if the artist that actually, you know, made the song still got a decent cut whenever somebody uses their material on social media.
You would think that. And so I'm looking at the website right now, and it looks like it was just you got a limited edition, and then you have the music drop, plus you get bonus artwork. So it doesn't look like it had a crazy amount of utility to it, but it was just $1. And you obviously got first access because I believe he released it as an NFT before he released it to the public otherwise.
Zach, what website is that? I want to take a look.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I think the actual it's e-nft.com, and it's the When It's Dark by Tory Lanez. You can buy on their marketplace, and it kind of describes the project.
I wonder if in this market you have to be established before you can do that. Because, like, you know, if I were to release my we all gonna make it a song that I sang earlier, I wouldn't get 1 million downloads for it. I would
You
get.
never know.
Well, you're right. You're right. But it'd be like because my mom downloaded it 1 million times or something like that.
She buys it all.
Right. Right.
No, but something that's trending like that, right? Like it's a very popular term at this time. You never know if everyone just adopts it as the song, you know, and it just goes viral. Like I'm sure, like if you think about it, like a lot of these people that post on TikTok or whatever, they don't think so, and a lot of them are just like, we've never heard of them or something, and then it's some kid and then they post it and all of a sudden it goes viral because the internet community is just like, oh my god, I love it, everybody loves it, and then it becomes the trending video. So you never know.
Yeah.
True. And listen to like this scenario though. Say you're going out on your "We're All Gonna Make It" tour, and
I
you're
like
going
where
to
this is going.
every small pub and bar in every mid-major city in America, you know, and you have a merch table, right? Like after your show or after your performance, instead of having like albums, like a physical album to sell to your fans, you could just scan a QR code and say, hey, buy my NFT, you get my album. All proceeds go like basically directly to me. I didn't have to make any CDs or anything like that. And it's, you know, it's how you support a local artist. And, you know, I don't think the idea of a successful project to NFTs means that you mint the entire NFT in 24 hours, but it can be a long sustainable project where you have 100,000 copies for this run, and you're going on your mid-major city pub and bar tour, and you're hitting 30 cities in 2 months, and you slowly build a following of people who support you.
Actually, that's kind of mind-blowing to think about it, because I know a lot of those, you know, mid-tier, you know, not quite, you know, giant fill up an arena type of artists, you know, might be going from pub to pub and things like that you're saying, smaller venues, and they probably are struggling to just make, you know, ends meet financially. This does give a completely different way to make sure they get more of the cut for their artistry that they wouldn't have had before. And maybe it means that some, you know, local artists, some indie artists may be able to get some traction before they just would have quit because they would have ran out of money to continue to do it.
Be sure to listen in to all of our weekly shows and follow us on Twitter for updates.